Just like how Danielle Smith made some comments the other day about Pierre Poilievre and the Conservative Party, which is actually her bias and not necessarily true. But boy, did she make her party look bad. Obviously, she wants the Conservatives to win. She is a conservative person. It doesn't make it foreign interference. It's bad taste, though. It's greatly bad taste. Ugh. Also, CSIS came out and said that that was not foreign interference.
Since the start of 2024, the panel has met regularly to prepare for this general election. They have received briefings from Canada's security and intelligence community on new and evolving threats and have had a number of discussions about the protocol and how it is applied. During the general election period, the panel will continue to receive regular intelligence briefings from Canada's national security agencies through the Security and Intelligent Threats to Election Task Force, also known as SITE.
Different. In this case, the panel's threshold, as Lori-Ann correctly explained, remains high for panel announcements. But I think what you also heard from her is a greater involvement of the Government of Canada as a whole in engaging transparently on issues where there might be mis or disinformation. So while the panel announcement remains a very high threshold, I think you'll see a more active Government of Canada response, and that response is in fact organized by the panel. A very timely one. Obviously, Mr. Musk has considerable following not just in Canada, but throughout the world. It's an expression of his personal opinion. It's definitely not clandestine. It's very public by its very nature. And Canadians will have an opportunity to judge his or anyone else's opinions as expressed throughout the election campaign. And so our trust is with Canadians that they can separate what is truthful and what may not be truthful, and what should be listened to and what should be ignored.
Whether or not your panel is looking into the comments made by Alberta Premier Danielle Smith on Breitbart, there's speculation or there's concerns that her suggesting the U.S. administration put tariff talks on pause as a potential request by the U.S. to interfere in Canada's elections outcome. I'm wondering if you can comment whether or not that's something your panel is investigating.
Thank you for the question. I think we can say that we're aware of Premier Smith's comments, but that they don't meet the definition of interference, and so we are not looking into them.
So I just want to clarify that in case anyone comes in my comments. It's, again, poor taste. Not a big fan of it. Yeah, it didn't make me feel comfortable at all. But I also want to say, though, that doesn't really reflect the rest of the Conservative Party. Just because she thinks it does, that is her perception. It doesn't mean that that's reality. Keep that in mind. Versus ones that maybe we don't even realize are foreign interference. And those ones can be comments in videos, comments on various different online forums. It's important for us to look for these signs because we are going into an election season. We have a lot of pressure going on us from various different countries. Recently, 4 Canadian citizens who were dual citizens were executed on Chinese soil. We have a weird relationship with Russia.